Welcome to Stoic Clinic. Embrace love with the strength of Stoic wisdom. The moment you stop chasing her, is the moment she starts chasing you. Sounds wild, right? But it's real, and here's why. Most men think the answer is to try harder. They beg, explain, overprove. They believe that if they just show her how much they care, she'll wake up and see their value. But chasing rarely works. In fact, the more you chase, the less she values you. Not because she's cruel, but because desperation looks like weakness. And weakness isn't attractive. Now here's the twist: the moment you stop needing her, when you stop obsessing over texts, stop trying to fix what's broken, the dynamic changes. Suddenly, she's asking, wait, did I misjudge him? Is he really over me? Did I lose someone I never truly appreciated? That's not manipulation. That's clarity. Because when you stop chasing her validation, you reconnect with your own worth. And that's where your power lies. When you stop needing her, she can't ignore you. Let's break this down. This isn't just about her, it's about you. It's about finding strength you forgot you had. She expects you to chase, so don't. Most guys panic when she pulls away. They scramble, texting, calling, trying to fix it. And that's exactly what she expects. She's seen this play out before. Man gets attached. Woman distances. Man panics. Woman walks. She assumes you'll be up late, analyzing her every word, watching for replies that never come, stuck in your own head trying to fix something she's already done with. But here's the truth: she doesn't want you to fix it. She doesn't want your begging. She wants to feel something. And right now, she feels nothing. Why? Because you've become predictable. And predictability kills attraction. She knows your every move. There's no mystery, no tension, no surprise. But when you break that pattern, when you stop texting, stop reacting, go completely quiet, that's when the shift begins. Suddenly, she's confused. Why isn't he reaching out? Why isn't he chasing? Did I make a mistake? That flicker of uncertainty. It's powerful. Because people obsess over what's unclear. Over what they no longer control. That's when regret starts to grow. But this isn't about games. It's not about acting like you don't care. It's about actually letting go. Because your worth was never something to prove. Your silence triggers regret. When you stop reacting, everything changes. She won't show it at first. She'll act unbothered, posting more, laughing louder, putting on a show for you to see. But that's all it is, a show. Because the human mind craves what it can't have. What's always there? We overlook. But what disappears? We obsess over. That's why your silence is so powerful. When you stop feeding her ego, stop the texts, stop checking in, you create scarcity. And scarcity creates value. Most men don't get this. They go quiet but hope she notices. They post cryptic quotes, try to spark jealousy. But that's not power. That's manipulation. True power comes from real indifference. You don't go silent for her. You go silent for you, because you've realized your value, and you're done giving your energy to someone who walked away. And that's when real healing begins. No more waiting. No more hoping. No more wondering. You're too focused on your own life, on your peace, your purpose. That's the moment she feels the shift. The moment she realizes, maybe you're not coming back. And that's when her confidence starts to crack. Indifference is power. The real transformation happens when you stop pretending, and start being indifferent. As long as she knows she can trigger you, through a post, a like, a silence, you're still hers. She doesn't need to miss you, because she knows you're watching, waiting. But when she feels nothing from you, when you don't watch her stories, don't like her posts, don't react, That's when she starts to wonder. And that doubt, that confusion, it changes everything. Because now you're the mystery. Most men fake indifference. But real indifference is unshakable. It's not a tactic, it's a transformation. You stop caring what she's doing. Stop hoping she'll reach out. Stop analyzing her every move. Because you're building something greater, yourself. And in that silence, she begins to feel something she didn't expect. Regret. By the time she feels it, you won't even care. Because indifference isn't about revenge. It's about growth. It's about becoming so full, so focused, so fulfilled, that her absence doesn't shake you. You've become the man she can't control. The one she can't replace. The one she regrets letting go. Why she regrets losing you. When she walked away, she thought she had the upper hand. She told herself there'd be better. That if you cared, you'd chase. Most guys do. But then, silence. No pleading. No breakdown. No fight to prove your worth. And that's what hits her. Because she expected to feel powerful, like the one in control. Instead, she feels your absence. And it haunts her. She thought you'd be one more guy orbiting her world. She didn't expect you to leave it entirely. And slowly, she realizes. No one else listens like you did. Laughs with her like you did. Sees her like you did. And it dawns on her, she didn't upgrade. She downgraded. You didn't walk away because of one mistake. You walked away because she misjudged your worth. And that's what hurts the most. The power of letting go. Letting go isn't weakness. It's strength. It's realizing that holding on to someone who doesn't value you is the real loss. You didn't stop caring. You just started caring more about yourself, your peace, your purpose, your future. And that shift, that healing, that's what makes you unstoppable. Because now, you're no longer chasing her, you're chasing you. Your growth. Your goals. Your greatness. And that energy. It's magnetic. People notice. She notices. But by then, it doesn't matter. Because now, it's not about her. It's about you. Her realization comes too late. At first, she enjoys the silence. The freedom. The attention from others. But eventually, it fades. The silence grows louder. The attention feels hollow. The memories start replaying. She scrolls your profile, types messages she deletes. She wonders, but she won't reach out. Pride is louder than pain. And while she stays stuck in the past, you've moved forward. You're not waiting anymore. You're not begging. You're not doubting your worth. You've grown. And that's the part she never expected. Because you didn't lose her. She lost you. Not because you failed. But because you finally chose yourself. Your healing is the closure. You don't need revenge. You don't need recognition. You don't even need that dramatic moment where she finally admits she was wrong. Because real closure doesn't come from her, it comes from you. It doesn't come from her apology, her regret, or even her return. It comes from the moment you stop needing any of it. It comes from the moment you finally realize that your peace is your power, your growth is your answer, and your joy is your closure. The illusion of closure. Let's be honest, most people wait for closure like it's some final conversation, a goodbye filled with honesty and emotion. We want the moment. We crave the explanation. We tell ourselves, if I could just hear why, if she could just admit she messed up, then I'd be free. But the truth? You don't get free by understanding why she left. You get free by understanding why you stayed. You stayed through the confusion. You stayed through the silence. You stayed while she pulled away, and still, you gave. And that says more about you than it ever will about her. You were never weak for loving deeply. But now it's time to stop waiting for answers that won't come. Because healing is the only closure you'll ever need. The moment it all changed. There's always a moment. A shift. A quiet clarity that sneaks up on you. It doesn't come with fireworks. It doesn't come with a grand realization. It comes in the silence. Maybe it's a morning where you don't check your phone the second you wake up. Maybe it's a night when you realize you didn't think about her all day. Maybe it's the laugh that comes more naturally now, or the way peace has replaced panic. That's healing. And that's what scares her more than anything. Because when you no longer need her presence, her validation, her apology, that's when your energy changes. That's when you stop orbiting her world and step back into your own. You were never too much. Let's get something straight. You were not too emotional. You were not too invested. You were not too loving. You were not too available. You were not too much. You were just giving more than someone was capable of receiving. You were offering loyalty to someone who was still chasing attention. You were offering depth to someone who only knew surface-level love. You were showing up fully to someone who didn't even know what they wanted. And that's not a reflection of your worth, that's a reflection of her capacity. Why she couldn't see your value. Sometimes, people don't recognize value, not because it isn't there, but because they're not ready for it. She wasn't ready for the kind of love that holds steady. She wasn't ready for the kind of honesty that doesn't play games. She wasn't ready for the kind of man who knows what he wants, and stands by it. Maybe she was too caught up in distractions. Maybe she was chasing a version of herself that didn't exist yet. Maybe she was just immature, selfish, or emotionally unavailable. It doesn't matter anymore. Because your healing isn't about what she could or couldn't see. It's about what you finally do see. Your strength. Your clarity. Your worth. You're not waiting anymore. You're not waiting for her to call. You're not waiting for her to realize what she lost. You're not waiting for her to come back better. Because you've outgrown the version of yourself who needed that. And here's the truth, that version of you. The one who waited by the phone, who replayed every moment, who questioned his value based on her choices. He was doing the best he could. But he's gone now. Now you're the man who chooses. Now you're the man who walks in peace. Now you're the man who doesn't look back. Healing isn't loud, it's quiet. Healing doesn't scream. It doesn't announce itself. It shows up in the little moments. In the way you sleep better. In the way you carry yourself. In the way you no longer chase, because you've become the thing you were chasing. Healing is when her name doesn't sting anymore. Healing is when you stop stalking her social media. Healing is when you delete the draft message and don't look back. Healing is when you realize, she may have broken your heart, but she didn't break you. You never needed closure, you needed yourself. You were never searching for her approval. You were searching for you. The you that knows his worth. The you that doesn't need to prove anything. The you that remembers who he was before the heartbreak. Because heartbreak has a way of making you forget. Forget your strength. Forget your peace. Forget the man you were before you dimmed your light for someone who never deserved it. But healing brings it back. And with every step you take away from her, you step closer to the most powerful version of yourself. Her realization always comes late. And here's the twist, because it always comes. Eventually, she realizes what she lost. It doesn't happen overnight. At first, she enjoys the attention, the freedom, the thrill of being chased by someone new. But time exposes truth. She starts comparing. She starts wondering. She starts remembering. And then comes the regret. Not the kind that shouts. The kind that whispers in the silence. The kind that keeps her awake at night. The kind that lives in every message she types and deletes. Because when she left, she thought you'd chase. She thought she could come back when she was ready. But now you're gone, and not just physically. Emotionally. Energetically. Spiritually. And that version of you, the one who would have moved mountains to keep her, he doesn't live here anymore. You're building a life without her. You don't heal by waiting. You heal by building. And now, you're building something real. A purpose that no longer revolves around being chosen. A path that doesn't detour for anyone's confusion. A peace that can't be shaken by someone else's indecision. You're becoming magnetic, not because you want her attention, but because you finally have your own. You're not posting cryptic quotes. You're not playing games. You're not seeking revenge. You're building. Creating. Expanding. And that energy, that grounded, focused, powerful energy, that's what makes people look twice. That's what draws better connections, deeper love, and more aligned opportunities. You don't get even, you get better. Revenge is a distraction. Recognition is a trap. You don't need to prove anything, not to her, not to anyone. Because healing isn't about being seen. It's about seeing yourself again. You don't level up to make her regret losing you. You level up because you deserve it. You don't rise to get back at her. You rise because staying low was never your destiny. And when you rise, you stop looking over your shoulder. Because what's behind you can't compare to what's ahead. You were never hard to love. Let this sink in. You were never hard to love. You were just trying to love someone who didn't know what love was. You were trying to connect with someone who couldn't connect with herself. You were trying to hold on to someone who was still running from her own pain. And that's not your burden to carry anymore. Let her go. Let the fantasy go. Let the old story go. Let the what if go. You're writing a new story now. Your peace is the loudest answer. Want to know the most powerful thing you can do? Be unbothered. Let your silence speak. Let your joy shine. Let your growth echo. Because nothing confuses someone more than the person they thought they broke, glowing without them. And when she finally reaches out, not with, "I miss you," but with that subtle, curious check-in. That, "Hey, how have you been?" That, "Just saw this and thought of you." You won't even need to reply. Because by then, you'll understand. You don't need her to remember you. You don't need her to miss you. You don't need her to want you back. Because the man you are now, he doesn't wait to be chosen. He chooses himself. Embarking on a journey of healing after a significant emotional upheaval is a profound testament to human resilience. This process is not merely about moving past pain but about rediscovering oneself, embracing growth, and recognizing intrinsic worth. As we delve deeper into this transformative path, it becomes evident that true closure emanates from within, rooted in self-awareness and personal evolution. Understanding the essence of healing. Healing transcends the mere passage of time, it involves intentional introspection and active engagement with one's emotions. It's about confronting vulnerabilities, understanding their origins, and nurturing oneself through the recovery process. This journey requires patience, as wounds, whether physical or emotional, don't mend overnight. By acknowledging pain without allowing it to define us, we pave the way for genuine healing. The power of self-reflection. Central to healing is the practice of self-reflection. By examining our experiences and reactions, we gain insights into patterns that may have contributed to past hurts. This understanding empowers us to make informed decisions, set healthier boundaries, and cultivate relationships that honor our well-being. Through self-reflection, we transform from passive recipients of circumstances to active architects of our futures. Embracing personal growth. Growth is often the silver lining of adversity. Challenges, while daunting, present opportunities to stretch our capacities and redefine our limits. By embracing discomfort and viewing setbacks as lessons rather than failures, we foster resilience. This mindset shift enables us to approach future endeavors with confidence, armed with the knowledge that we've weathered storms before and emerged stronger. Recognizing intrinsic worth. Our value isn't contingent upon external validation or the opinions of others. It's inherent, rooted in our unique qualities, experiences, and perspectives. Understanding this shields us from seeking approval in places where it may not be forthcoming. When we internalize our worth, we become less susceptible to the ebbs and flows of external affirmations, finding steadiness in self-assurance. The role of forgiveness in healing. Forgiveness is a cornerstone of the healing process. It's not about condoning hurtful actions but about releasing the hold that resentment has on our hearts. By forgiving, both ourselves and others, we free up emotional space for positivity and growth. This act liberates us from the chains of past grievances, allowing us to move forward unencumbered. Building a supportive environment. Surrounding ourselves with individuals who uplift and understand us is crucial. A supportive environment acts as a buffer against life's challenges, offering comfort during trying times. Engaging with communities, seeking therapy, or simply confiding in trusted friends can provide perspectives that illuminate our paths and validate our experiences. Setting boundaries for sustained well-being. Establishing and maintaining boundaries is an act of self-respect. It communicates our needs and limits to others, ensuring that interactions are mutually beneficial and not detrimental to our mental health. Boundaries safeguard our emotional energy, allowing us to invest in relationships and activities that align with our values. Cultivating mindfulness and presence. Mindfulness anchors us in the present moment, reducing anxiety about the future and rumination over the past. Practices such as meditation, deep breathing, and mindful walking enhance our connection to the here and now. This presence fosters gratitude, as we become more attuned to the beauty and opportunities that each moment holds. Pursuing passions and interests. Engaging in activities that ignite our passions rejuvenates the spirit. Whether it's art, music, writing, or any other pursuit, these endeavors provide an outlet for expression and a source of joy. They remind us of our capabilities and the myriad ways we can contribute meaningfully to the world. The continuous journey of self-discovery. Healing is not a destination but an ongoing journey. As we evolve, new challenges will arise, but so will new strengths. Embracing the fluidity of this process allows us to remain adaptable and open to life's lessons. Each phase of healing unveils deeper layers of our being, offering insights that enrich our understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. Conclusion. In the tapestry of life, healing threads through our experiences, weaving patterns of resilience, growth, and self-awareness. By prioritizing our well-being, embracing introspection, and recognizing our inherent worth, we craft narratives not defined by past hurts but illuminated by the lessons they've imparted. Our healing becomes the closure we seek, a testament to our strength and an ode to the indomitable human spirit.